100 subscribers sounds embarrassingly small until you're at zero and it feels completely unreachable. I remember uploading, my third video and checking my phone every 20 minutes, hoping the number had moved. It hadn't in 2 weeks. And I had 11 subscribers, eight of whom were people I personally texted. And I was genuinely questioning whether I'd ever crack triple digits. Then I stopped doing what felt natural and I just started doing what actually worked. And 41 days later, I hit 100. Then 200, it came fast. Then 500. And the first 100 was the hardest stretch of the entire journey. And it required a completely different strategy than anything I'd read in a growth video. And this is exactly what I did. Before the strategy, you need to understand why this specific milestone is harder than everything that comes after it, because the reason shapes the entire approach. At zero subscribers, YouTube's algorithm has no data on you. It doesn't know who your audience is, what your content is about, or who to even show it to. And without that data, it won't recommend your videos to anyone. And without recommendations, you have no organic discovery. You're invisible, and not because your content is bad, but because the system that distributes the content hasn't really even learned you yet, or even knows that you exist yet. And this creates a genuine bootstrapping problem. The algorithm learns from engagement data. You need viewers to generate engagement data, but you can't get viewers without the algorithm's help. The only way out is to generate your first viewers manually outside the algorithm entirely. So that when they watch and engage, you give the system enough data to start working for you. The first 100 subscribers are not a gift from YouTube. They are a foundation you build by hand. Accept it early, and the whole strategy it makes sense. Do not launch your channel with one video. It's one of the other biggest things too. Launch with three, published on the same day. And here's why that matters. Okay, when a new viewer finds your channel and clicks on your page, they make a s- they subscribe make they make a subscription decision based on what they see. If they see one video, they have no evidence that more is coming, and they might enjoy what they watched, but they won't subscribe to a channel that looks like it might post once and just disappear. And one video is a question mark. Three videos, it's a pattern. And three videos that look and feel related tells the viewer they found a show and something worth following, because there's clearly more where that came from. And the three videos don't need to be perfect, they need to be consistent. The same thumbnail and the same thumbnail style, the same energy, and the same target viewer. And they should feel like episodes of the same series, not three separate experiments either. When someone, lands on a channel page and sees a coherent beginning of something, the subscribe decision is easy. And you're not making them to take a chance on a creator. You're showing them something already in progress that they can join. Launch with three, or just don't launch it until you have the three. Build the third video before you publish the first, and find the room where your viewers already lives too. Your first 100 subscribers will not find you through YouTube search. The algorithm won't deliver them to you. You have to go get them, but the way you go get them matters enormously. Identify two or three online communities where the exact person you're making content for already spends time, not broad communities, specific ones. If your channel is about, personal finance for people in their 20s, find the subreddits, Discord servers, and Facebook groups where, 20 somethings are actively asking more money questions right now. If your channel is about, sourdough baking, find the community where people are troubleshooting their starters and sharing their loaves. Spend 2 weeks in those communities doing nothing but contributing. Answer questions thoroughly, and, share useful information. Be the most helpful person in the room. Don't mention your channel. Don't drop the links, and don't ever hint that you make videos. Just be genuinely useful until people in the community start recognizing your name. And then when someone asks a, a question that your video answers better than any comment could, share it. Not a self, promotion as the most helpful possible response to the specific question. The difference between a community member sharing a resource and a stranger spamming a link is everything. One gets clicked and watched and subscribed to, and the other gets ignored or banned. And this process gets slow results than you want, and faster results than any other approach available. To you at zero subscribers, do it anyways. Gain something. And here's another step. Step three. The personal outreach most people do is wrong. Yeah, you tell people but tell them specifically and tell them why it matters to you. Don't blast a generic, "Hey, check out my YouTube channel," to your entire list. Pick 10 or 15 people in your life who have genuine interest in your channel's topic, not people who love you and will watch just to be loyal. People who would actually find the content useful or interesting, regardless of who made it. And send each of them a personal message, not a mass text, an individual one. Tell them what the channel is about, why you made it, and ask them specifically to watch one video and tell you what they think. Don't ask for a subscribe, ask for feedback. And this approach, it works for two reasons, okay? First, people respond to personal requests far more than broadcast ones. And second, asking for honest feedback instead of a subscribe it generates a rich interaction. And people actually watch carefully enough to, form an opinion, which means longer watch time and more genuine engagement, both of which helps your algorithm signals and more than a reluctant subscribe from someone who watched 40 seconds. And some of these 10 people will subscribe on their own after watching, and some will share it with someone they know who fits the audience even better. A personal, a specific ask converts dramatically better than a generic announcement. And the quality of those early viewers shaped the data YouTube builds your audience profile from. Step number four, too, post your second batch before your first 100. And here's where most new creators they stall. They post their 3 launch videos, do the community work, send the personal messages, and then wait for subscribers to come in before they post again. They treat the first 100 like a gate they had to pass through before the channel officially starts. Don't wait. Keep posting. Schedule your 4th, 5th, and 6th video before you hit 50 subscribers. And here's why. The creators who reach 100 fastest are the ones who giving the algorithm more content to test. Every new video is a new lottery ticket, a new chance to match your content with a viewer who then becomes the data point that teaches YouTube your audience. And one video gives the algorithm one chance. 6 videos gives it 6 chances, and those chances are cumulative. And early videos that slowly accumulate search traffic is still working for you while your newest video is getting its initial push. Posting consistently also builds the habit before you had any external pressure to maintain it. The psychological muscle of posting, regardless of the results, of treating the channel as a project in progress rather than a performance being judged, is what separates the creators who make it to 1,000 from the ones who quit at 43. Another step, step 5, do one thing every day that isn't making videos. The channel grows in the margins, not just from what you post, from everything you do around it. Reply to every comment within 24 hours, no matter how small the channel, and leave thoughtful comments on videos in your niche. Not great video, but specific, substantive, response that shows you actually watched and thought about it. Build one new relationship with a creator at your size every week. Share one piece of useful content to your community, your Instagram story, your Twitter, something that gives value, independence of your YouTube videos. None of these actions feel like they're moving the needle. All of them are. And comments build algorithmic, engagement signals. Relationships build future collaboration opportunities. And all platform, content builds the habit of showing up and creates occasional traffic and trickles that adds up over time. And the creators who hit 100 the fastest are almost never the ones who just posted videos. They're the ones who treated growing a channel like a part-time job with multiple responsibilities, not a content machine with a single output. And here's what happens after 100. The first 100 subscribers, it changes something real. YouTube has enough data to start forming a picture of your audience. The algorithm begins testing your content with small groups of new viewers. In searches, they start to send the occasional traffic. The work you did manually starts to hand off. And slowly, imperfectly, but meaningfully to organic systems. And the momentum doesn't feel dramatic, but it's there. And it only exists because you build it from scratch and by hand without waiting for the platform to do it for you. And 100 subscribers is not the finish line. It's the point where the race actually starts. Everything before it is just getting your shoes on and build the foundation right. And every 100 after it comes faster than the last. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. A subscription would be very much appreciated. Check out this video up here to the right, and we'll catch you on the next one. And if you really liked today's video, feel free to buy me a coffee. It's in the description, not on the main page. Any support is definitely appreciated. We'll see you on the next one.